Hello and welcome to That's Football. We're live. It is day 5. We're live on day 5 for Sweden versus South Korea. The first game of 3 today. Belgium, Panama and England versus Tunisia, the big one. We're going to have every single game live for you. So hope you're all doing well. Hardcore, the 1 p.m. mid-Monday to Friday World Cup games. You're hardcore if you're watching. You're hardcore. You're the That's Football Ultras, as George Kyle christened you yesterday. Definitely hardcore fans if you're watching this one. Because a lot of people will, unfortunately, have work and things like that. Some of us have been up since 6 o'clock doing a little bit of work. But we're all ready. Got my yellow on. I'm going Sweden today. I'm going Sweden. I've got a soft spot for Sweden, to be honest. First girlfriend was Swedish. I was only 5. She was 5 as well. There was nothing going wrong. We were little kindergarten kids or primary school kids. That's what they call it, isn't it? So yes, definitely looking forward to it. And I tell you what, I'm just looking at some of the Russian landscape, and I really got it wrong. I thought, oh, Russia's really cold, and it's not. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful weather over there at the moment, and absolutely fantastic. Kieran Burns says, I hope England get thrashed. Yeah, well, will you be watching the watch-along, Kieran? Because I've got my Three Lions classic England 1990 top there. I'm thinking I might wear my 2002. I'm thinking I might wear my 2002 top tonight, but definitely will be ready. Pankaj is hardcore. And as you can see, let me just get something up so I know what all the squad numbers is. No Victor Lindelof for Sweden. The United Stand Twitter account got itself into a little bit of trouble and thought that he'd been dropped. He's not been dropped. He's just not very well because they're playing Olsen, Lustig, Janssen, Grankvist, Augustinsson, Clayson, Ekdal, Larsen, Forsberg, Berg and Toy Vonon. Forsberg of RP Leipzig and Seb Larsen, formerly of Sunderland. I think he's now at Hull. He would have been well known. On the bench, you've got Lindelof. Guidetti, people may know him, plays for Alaves. Missed that sitter against Manchester United in the second leg semi-final at Old Trafford in the Europa League the season before last. So not a lot known about Sweden. And what I would say about Sweden is, and I didn't think they were very good in the Euros, even though they had Zlatan, but they do and have some young players coming through. And I'm wondering if we're gonna see a different Sweden in this tournament. South Korea: Chai Hun-woo, Lee Yong, Kim Yong-gwan, Jang Hyun-so, Park Ju-hoo, Lee Jae-sung, Ki Sung-young, we know him from Swansea, Koo Jae-chal, Hwang Hee-chan, Lee Sung-woo and Son Heung-min, or we'll call him Son, number 7. So keep your eye out for number 7 and number 16. 16 plays for Swansea, Ki Sung-young, and Son, number 7, had a very good season for Spurs. So keep your eye out for him. I am supporting Sweden for this game. Yes, I am. That's why I've got my yellow top on. And we are... My first crush was from Norway, like the baby-faced assassin, says Halam899 Live. Mourinho ruined Lindelof playing time for the World Cup, says Odin Castro. I mean, look, Lindelof would normally play for Sweden. He's just ill, so that's why he's not playing this game. Big group this anyway. I know some people will probably try and say, "Oh, this isn't a very good game." I'm watching every single World Cup game, so boo-hoo if you're not. But I am very interested in it. I'm really loving the tournament. And who knows what we could get today. Maybe it's not the glamour tie. You've got Belgium. First look at Belgium at 4 o'clock. And I think Lukaku could get his golden boots sort of on his feet tonight. I think England-Tunisia is going to be absolutely massive. I must just say, England-Tunisia, we will be doing a call-in after the game. So we'll do the live stream and then we'll just continue afterwards, open up the Skype calls and we'll take your calls. 27 degrees in Russia, says Salim Hussein. And but this is a very interesting game because obviously Germany lost to Mexico. So if Sweden or South Korea can win this game, it puts them in a really interesting situation because they'll be 3 points clear of Germany. So Germany will probably be hoping for a draw in this. But it'd be interesting because Mexico did so well yesterday, but can they beat Sweden? Can they beat South Korea? South Korea always a bit of an unknown. Let's see what it's all about. 1-1 prediction in Super Brew, says Mark Young. Shit. I've just had a thought. I don't even know if I've done my Super Brew. That would be an absolute disaster if I haven't. I'm going to have to run. I'm going to have to rush. I hadn't done it. Oh, God. Oh no, I had. I've gone all the way through to Poland, Senegal tomorrow. Yeah. No worries. No worries. So, we've got the team news up for you. We'll get the timer running when the game's up and running. Please do share the video and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. You're in with the hardcore here, and we're closing in on 36,000 subscribers. So, get involved with That's Football. We're building a fantastic community here of fans who say it how it is and have their say. And I'm all for it. So, get involved. I'll tell you my score prediction. As soon as the game kicks off, because I am competing against everybody in this, so I don't want to give my score away just before in case people start copying me. Although I'm not doing fantastically well. We'll have a look at the Super Brew Predictor in a moment, but I'm just putting a tweet out. I'm sharing the video, so if you are watching, please click the share button below and share it on Facebook and Twitter. It only takes a couple of clicks, and it really helps the channel and the community grow. We want to have like 1 million people watching by the time we get to the World Cup final. I'm joking. We won't have 1 million people watching, but it'd be nice to grow. Anthony Martial wants Sweden to get knocked out. Zoshgren says, "Come on, Sweden." Have we got any Swedes on the live comments? Let us know if you are from Sweden. We've already got 350 people watching, which is amazing. We've not even kicked off yet, so it just shows you the love and passion there is for this World Cup. It's absolutely great. I can't really give you a lot of insight into this. Forsberg's a good player. Keep an eye out for him for Sweden. He is number... Let me have a look for you. Forsberg is number 10. So keep out number 7, which is Son for South Korea. Plays for Spurs. Number 16, Ki Sung-young. Plays for Swansea. Decent player. And keep an eye out for number 7. So keep out for the new number 7s, because Larsson's number 7 for Sweden. And number 10. Keep an eye out for him. That's Emil Forsberg of RP Leipzig. Been tentatively linked with a few English clubs, Arsenal, United, I think, as well. So keep an eye out for him. But other than that, it's a bit of an unknown. I've got to be honest, a little bit of an unknown as to how each of these teams are going to do. So they're going to have to play Germany as well. So let's see. Jakob is from Uppsala. I'm from Sweden, says Mohammed. We've got quite a few Swedes. I'm from Sweden, says William Kind. Lassie is from Sweden. Insugi is from Sweden. Well, I'm supporting Sweden for this, so Pankaj is supporting Korea. I'm sure we'll have people supporting either ways, but looks like we're being invaded by the Swedes for this this live stream, which is good. I always say that I used to go every World Cup. I used to traditionally go to Mallorca every time there was a major tournament, because I do like the island of Mallorca, which is off Spain, and we purposely would book 2 weeks to go to Mallorca when the major tournament was on. So last 2 weeks of June is normally what we would do. And there was a particular bar in the place that we used to go to, and depending who was playing, because like Mallorca, Spain, you get a lot of Scandinavians, you get a lot of Germans, you get a lot of Brits, Portuguese, things like that. It was brilliant atmosphere, because we used to go to the pub every night, and I think England were on, you'd have English people there, but if Sweden were playing, the Swedes would come in. If Germany were playing, the Germans would come in. So I'm all for that. I think it's great that we've got people from Sweden in the live comments. It's their game, it's their team. They'll be excited like I'm going to be excited for England tonight. So I'm loving this World Cup, and I'm loving the fact that we're getting people from these countries that are playing passionately getting involved. The game's up and running anyway. Let me turn the timer on for you. And my score prediction, I can tell you, time's already up. My score prediction for this game was 1-1. And the only reason I've gone 1-1 is because I've got no idea about the levels each team's going to be at. So hopefully we're going to see something good. Kieran Byrne went 1-0 to Sweden. I'm from Sweden and a United fan my whole life, says Shoshgren. Well, if you are Swedish, I hope you do go on to our Manchester United fan channel called The United Stand. Subscribe and get involved in the community there, because you're all very, very welcome. I know there's a lot of Scandinavian Manchester United fans, so a little bit of a shout out for The United Stand there. But let's see how they get on. Forsberg, number 10, is playing up sort of off the number 9. South Korea just knocking the ball about a little bit at the moment. Nova Play says he's going to go 2-1, but he doesn't say who to. Joydeep's gone 1-1. 2-0 Sweden, says Paul's in a demon. No Lindelof. He's ill. He's ill. People asking about Lindelof. He's ill, apparently. United Stand Twitter account got a lot of stick for that. I mean, there was people replying saying, lay down and die. I hope you die for getting the Lindelof thing wrong, that he was ill. Twitter's a vile place, to be honest. It's good for football, but it's a bit vile. Early foul there by South Korea on number 8, which is Ekdal. I think Klassen, 17, Klassen, doesn't he play for Ajax? I can tell you who these Swedes play for anyway. I'd already had a look at it, but I'm pretty sure he does. Sweden. Forsberg. Oscar, Dermaz, Roden, Larson, Ekdal plays for Hamburg. Forsberg we know. Svensson, Seattle Sounders. Klassen plays for Krasnodar. No, so it's not who I'm thinking of then. Janssen plays for Leeds. Werder Bremen. So there's got a few. Martin Olsen plays for Swansea. Don't think he's starting, is he? No, he's on the bench. Number 5. Anyway. Yes, Daniel, that's who I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the one who Everton got, aren't I? Good little bit of turn of here from South Korea. Really good pace as well. And the centre-back, number 4, doesn't do that good with it. And he's given a corner. Early corner for South Korea, who look quick. I think South Korea could cause... Is it a shock? Is it a shock? I don't know about that. The game in the UK is on ITV. I think the BBC have got England's first game tonight, which is massive. If anyone saw my FIFA Predicts, though, it's looking good. I did FIFA Predicts on my channel, Goldbridge live stream, England versus Tunisia, about an hour ago, and England won. Punched away by the keeper. I tell you what, though, Son's a very, very good player. So, I mean, why South Korea haven't had the same focus as Egypt, for example. Yes, Mo Salah had a better season than Son, but Son was brilliant. So South Korea could do as well as Egypt. I don't know what the capacity of this ground is either, but there's it looks pretty full. Sam Howell says, you don't deserve the hatred you get on Twitter. I'm not really bothered about it, to be honest with you, because Twitter is... Twitter's a good place for football, but I know a lot of you probably don't go on it, and I wouldn't advise people to go on it. You can't have an open debate on there anymore. It's just not. They just don't deal with it very well. Son is a goal scorer too, says Douglas James Horn. North Korea have a better future coming. Han Kwang-sun to take the world by storm, says Sam Howes. Who does he play for? Oh, that was a decent cross in there, but he's given a foul. Anything can happen for England, says Connell. Lindelof is ill, says Midget, which a few of you may not be aware of. 45,000 capacity, says Ryan, 1504. Yeah, it looks pretty full. A lot of yellow. Sweden are always well supported as well, aren't they? They like their football. It does. It looks pretty full. I don't know what the capacity is. If anyone can find us the capacity, that'd be good. Douglas says that BBC are doing Belgium, Panama and Tunisia via England. But yeah, Belgium's going to be a very interesting game later. Xander's doing that one, then I'm doing England. So first look at Belgium against what should be whipping boys. I'm basically saying that I think Lukaku should be opening up his account today and going for that golden boot. But South Korea are definitely the team on the front foot at the moment with this. 30,000 Swedish fans have travelled, says WJ Davies. Christopher White says Sweden is only supported because of Zlatan. To be fair, mate, I'm a little bit older probably than you, Christopher, and Sweden have always had very good support. I remember Darlene, Brolin, Darlene against England 92, which I think actually was in Sweden. Euros 92, I think they were in Sweden. Denmark won it. Brolin, Darlene. Blomqvist, Swedish as well, wasn't he? Played for United. Good player. For any of the people who are Swedish in there, if you want to give us the story on why, on whether Zlatan ever really seriously was an option, because if he was, I sort of felt that he wanted to come, but maybe Sweden never seriously wanted him back. I don't know what happened with that. Big D says it's a cracking World Cup so far. Brolin was a legend, John Chris, but remember when he came to Palace? I think he was a little bit. He'd had too many pies, I think. Shevchenko was a great player, says Kieran Byrne. Yep, for Ukraine. Per Cruz says, cheers, Mark. Good luck with England tonight. I know I've got a lot of friends who are Scandinavian and they love the Premier League, and most of them will be supporting England tonight. To be honest, as well, you know what? The United stand. I mean, obviously the biggest viewers that we get are from like the UK and America, but Sweden and Norway is quite high. The Scandinavian support for United is quite big. Vilma says that Zlatan was never an option. Henrik Larsson, yeah, Douglas, very good player. Phil Mitchell says Sweden will regret not taking Zlatan. Pankaj, Zlatan wanted to come. I don't know the politics of why he's not there. William says that he only talked about Sweden to get eyes on his visa ads. An interesting point here from Daniel B as well. He says Sweden, I'm not Swedish, but Sweden are better without Zlatan. They play as a team and not everything is focused on Zlatan. That's why they beat Italy. Which is probably what we were talking about last night about Messi, wasn't it? Messi, I think Argentina would be a better team without him because they focus so much on him, which you can't blame them. He's one of the two best players in the world. But they focus so much on him that they don't play as a team. We've got, yeah, there's a lot of Irish fans, Jake, as well. Good interception by Sweden there, but waste of a ball. If they got that ball right, they could have had a 2v2. And that's going to be a foul. So that Swedish girls are beautiful, says Pankaj. Kieran Burns says, Zlatan said in an interview that the Swedish press said they're better without him, so he said, let's see. And Sam House says, nothing beats Welsh girls. Look, Sweden were not good in the Euros because that was when we were going to get Zlatan. United were getting Zlatan then, so Midget HD Aviation, who do you think will be the most impactful player in this match? If any, which players from this match do you think would be good fit at United? Thanks for the contribution, mate. It's way too early. I mean, I think we all know Son would probably be quite good. Kim's just gone in the book there. Yellow card, early yellow card. Let's see if it was worth it. Yeah, it was a yellow card. Late and stood showing. Dante says that without Messi, Argentina would be crap. Well, they might be worse without him, but the way they play is just not good enough. It's too focused on him. They always try to find him with every pass when there's a better pass on. Daniel, I am supporting Sweden. Yeah, I've got nothing against South Korea. If they turn up and they win, fair enough. But I am supporting South Korea. In fact, you've just reminded me of something, and hopefully I will be able to do it while we're live. I can, great. We're going to start putting polls on all our watch-alongs, like different polls, man of the match and stuff like that. So the first one I'm just going to put up now. It's not up yet. Sweden are in here, number 9. Oh, why didn't he shoot on his left foot? In the box. Plonker. But Sweden are pushing a little bit here. Cross comes in. It's not a bad cross. Keeper gets hold of it. I wonder how tall that goalkeeper actually is. Got me beers in the fridge for later. Can't wait. England tonight. Bring it on. I'm thoroughly enjoying the tournament anyway, but right. Hopefully that's worked. Can't see why it's not. You should be able to click an eye in the top right hand corner and cast your vote with regards to who you want to win. Who do you think will win? And the choices are obviously Sweden, South Korea or draw. Yes, it's working now. Let me have a look. South Korea on the attack. Son got tackled. So I'm going to vote with mine. I'm going to go with that. So 73% at the moment are going with the Sweden win. 10% going with the South Korea win. And 15% going with a draw. That doesn't even add up to 100%, does it? I don't know where 2% have gone. But vast amount of people going with the Sweden win at the moment. And after the first 15 minutes, I think it's been quite equal. But there we go. I'm drinking a cup of tea at the moment, somehow. Salim voted South Korea win. But Lindelof's not playing Nikosi because he's on the bench. He's not well. And to be fair, if there's one game if you would rest Lindelof, who is their #1 centre-back, then you would want him back for Germany and Mexico. Sebastian United says, do you think England not taking Jack Wilshere was a big mistake? I think we'll know later on. I mean, looking at the way England are going to line up, their midfield three is basically a sitting midfielder with two more attacking midfielders. So it's going to be Henderson sitting with Ali and Lingard ahead of him. I'd play Eric Dyer every day of the week. I don't know why he's going with Henderson, but if you want to cast your vote in the poll, we're going to bring a few polls into our interactivity. I mean, we're very interactive anyway with the live comments. But top right-hand corner is the I to click and cast your vote. Who you think's going to win? You can vote Sweden, South Korea, or draw. And we'll introduce a few more polls during the game as well. We haven't had a 0-0 yet, Oasis Times. No, we haven't. Late tackle there on the Swede, but he's made it through. We could do with a goal. Poor first 17 minutes as Peter Moran. Are you excited or nervous for the England game tonight, says Canal? I'll tell you a little bit of a story, Canal. I'm very into England. When I was growing up, international football was massive. But England have disappointed me so many times, and they sort of ground me down with picking the Gerrard and Lampard midfield when it's not balanced, and just picking the boys really, and not picking a team, and that always frustrated me a lot. So but I have been dragged back in for this tournament, and I do like the way that he set the team up. So I'm hoping to see a little bit better from England in this tournament. So I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. We'll see if that optimism it comes true or not. Do with the goal. Cross coming in. Headed out. Oh. Oh, yes, this is a goal. What a save. Oh, my life. What a save that was. How did he save that? It basically drops to the number 9 right on the 6-yard box. And all he's got to do is pass it into the net. It's, who is it? Berg. Drops to Berg right on the edge of the 6-yard box. And he passes it at the goalkeeper's knee. He's got the whole... It's a poor finish. Really poor finish. What's he doing? He's got the whole goal to aim at and he passes it. I mean, he connects quite well, but basically hits it at the keeper's knee. Should have scored that. Should have scored. Headed wide from the corner. Even Nolan says, what a save. The keeper did do well, but when you watch it back, he's got the whole goal to aim at and he passes it at the keeper. Keeper makes a good save because he's made a good connection, but he should have scored that. He definitely should have scored that. Jonah, the United stand tonight. I don't know. I'm in two minds about that. We have got a video going up, which is Flex and Rants anyway, which is a really good video. I'm trying to think what time we're going to put that up. But I don't know whether we'll be live with the United stand tonight, because if we're going to do it, it's going to be quite late, isn't it? Because we're doing England and then we're doing the aftermatch reaction on this channel, taking some of your calls. So we can't do United stand at 9 o'clock, but we might do it a little bit later. We'll be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow night for sure. And obviously you've got Transfer Daily as well. How's the game going, says Mark Bolton. On my lunch break, but can't find anywhere with it on. I'd say Sweden are phasing it. They should be 1-0 up. Started off the first 15 minutes quite equal, but South Korea are sitting back a little bit now. And Sweden are sort of pushing. Remember, this is Germany and Mexico's group, so happy England Day, says Shane Green. I hope it is a happy England Day. We need to... If England get 3 points today, they'll beat Panama and that puts them through. So, Gavin Moran, it's number 7. Son is the one who plays for Spurs in South Korea. 16, Ki Song Myung plays for Swansea as well. Lozano plays on the right wing for PSV, Anthony Martial. So, yeah, he can play both sides. Don't know what's happened there. I think it's just a collision. Forsberg. Isn't Lozano on loan to Sebastian United? No, I think he did sign for PSV. He went to there from Mexico. Deep, who is RLC? I mean, am I being really thick here? Who is RLC? D-Pro says, thoughts on RLC? Is he better than Lingard? Who's RLC? Loftus-Cheek. Yeah, I know what you mean now. To be honest with you, I would have took Ryan Sessegnon. I would have took RS. Or maybe LB. Or maybe JS. But Jordan Sancho, Leon Bailey, Ryan Sessegnon. I would have took one of those. So I'm glad that Loftus-Cheek is there. And I'd like to see him getting some game time in the tournament, but I wouldn't start him. I mean, Lingard, I'm a United fan and I think Lingard's good, but he's a squad player, so... But he deserves his start. He's had a good season. Remember, you can cast your vote on who's going to win this game just by clicking the eye in the top right-hand corner. Sweden, Korea, or a draw. 26 minutes gone, 0-0 at the moment. I don't think we'll get a 0. It'd be great if we didn't have a 0-0 in the whole tournament, wouldn't it? I don't think it will be new. So Drake, in relation to Leon Bailey, I don't know why he is being linked to England, but even Southgate's spoken about it now, so I don't know. And the funny thing about Leon Bailey is he's a very good player and he hasn't played for Jamaica yet. That's a number injury here for Park. Strapping his leg in cling film. You don't really see that very often. Larson. Oh, there'll be another corner there. And they're going to make a substitution here. South Korea, he ain't coming back on, Park, so I think he's done his hamstring. How am I rating this game so far, Lysander? A 9. If we had a league table of games, I would say it's better than Russia, Saudi Arabia. It's better than Iran, Morocco. It's only half an hour old though. Larsson's corner. Oh, this should be a goal. Come on. What are you doing? It's that bloody Berg again. Drops him on the 6-yard box again. He couldn't hit the ocean from a boat. Corner comes in. Drops down to him. And to be fair, it's a good tackle from the South Korean player. But his connection was crap anyway. That wasn't going to go in. Another chance for Berg. But he doesn't connect well with it anyway. It's like right on the end of his toe. Remember Melberg played for Villa as well. He was a good player. Another corner for Sweden. This is where they should... a header straight at the keeper. Their height really should be something that they are able to take a big advantage of. Janssen was with that header. Four out of 10, says Joy Deep. Jay Legend says, how far do I think Mexico will go? Well, Mexico, I was very pleased with Mexico yesterday for 2 reasons. One, I said that Lozano could be a breakout star of the tournament. And 2, I said Mexico could be a team to watch. And both those ticked the box yesterday. It's very difficult because when you get out of the group, you can get knocked out, can't you? So your group form's great because it gets you out of the group. But once you're out of the group, anything can happen. I'd love to see them make the quarterfinals at least. But strength in depth will be Mexico's problem. Nice little bit of play from Sweden here. Hovering around that edge of that box. Poor ball. And Son will get rid of that. No, he hasn't. He's made a mistake. Come on, put the ball in the box. They need to put good crosses into the box, Sweden. They're knocking on the door a bit, but yeah, he took a tumble there. He played for that, Son. Oh no, he didn't. He didn't at all. Should be a yellow card, that. Should be a yellow card for Grangfist, who is slower than a hippo in a load of porridge. I don't think it was a red card. 31 minutes gone. Douglas says that Croatia have sent one of their players home. I wasn't aware of that, Douglas. Let's go to the news and have a look at that. Come on. Kalinic sent home for refusing to come on for Croatia. Please do share the video if you are watching. Bottom underneath the video is the share button. If you're on Twitter and Facebook or whatever you're on, you can share it. That'd be great. We've got over 500 people watching. Hardcore World Cup. That's Football Ultras. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to do every game on here, so bring it on. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're getting close to 36,000. We're on 35,912 subscribers, so it'd be great to get up and over that this afternoon. We are the Belgium game. We're doing every game. Sam says that yellow's my colour. Well, hopefully it's going to be Sweden's colour. Although I did predict a draw in this. But I think Sweden should be winning. They've had the better chances. Lindelof's not playing. Gerrard, he's ill. He's on the bench. So I think he'll be back for the next 2 games. Andrew Ebanks talking about a 60 million bid for Willian. Yeah, did a video on the United Stand this morning about that. Remember, you can watch United Stand, Manchester United Transfer News Daily. It goes up at 7 AM every weekday. That was the big topic. Got a really big topic tomorrow. In fact, I'm not going to tell you what it is because then it will spread around and it won't be a surprise for everyone. But it's a transfer theory of mine. I don't normally do those, but I have a theory. Good break here from Son. Blistering place and cut back, well blocked, and Sweden clear. But lovely bit of play there. It's a lot of silly little fouls in this game, isn't there? I think they know they can play the ref. Martial to Bayern Munich, says Anthony Martial. I know what, I wouldn't want I don't want Martial to leave Manchester United anyway, but I wouldn't want him to go to Bayern Munich. You know why? Because the league, it's like playing for Celtic. It's like the league is so easy for them to win. It's not a very competitive league. And, yeah. This was asked yesterday, D-Pro, your second favourite team. Dwight's watching from Dominica. Thanks for the watch-alongs. Thanks, mate. No worries. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I haven't seen everybody play yet, but I do like Mexico. I've got to be honest. I do like Mexico. Larson with the cross and well cleared. Nice ball over the top to Berg. Now Forsberg. Nice bit of skill. I think he's got a corner there. No, he's not. It's a goal kick. I've got a funny feeling Forsberg's older than everyone thinks as well. I think he might be about 27 now. Yellow Baba is watching from Seattle. Yeah, let us know where you're watching from. A few people have said where they are. Stephen, Lindelof's not playing because he's ill. Apparently he's their best centre-back, so he definitely would play. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. Poland, Senegal, and obviously we get Colombia tomorrow, don't we, at 1 o'clock. I think we've got Colombia tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Really looking forward to see what they're like. Oh, we've got Sir Drag watching from Swansea, Virginia for Brandon, Gerard's in Dublin, Pembroke for Sam, South Africa for Anthony Muller, Ireland, Forsberg's 23, says Akash. I'm mixing him up with somebody else. Jamaica, St Helens, Nottingham, Auckland, New Zealand with Midget, Mumbai, India, Nairobi, Kenya, Cleethorpes, Sally Devil Red 7, New Jersey for Brinna P, Huddersfield for Joshua Stephen, India for Pankaj, Australia for Ico, Nepal for I Am Matrix, Bangladesh, MD Khalid. Manchester, Ben Casey. Sweden, Johan. Austria, John Chris. Milton Keynes for John Diaz. Nairobi, Alois Nagari. Newcastle for Mark Bolton. London, Miami. Oldham, Mr. Exclusive. Senegal for Lazunda 9. Miami for Stephen Tate. Barcelona for Akash. Mozambique, Kazakhstan. A few Swedes in the house. What are you thinking about your start then, Swedes? I think you should be 1-0 up. But I'd be a little bit worried about South Korea on the break. They seem to have quite a lot of pace on the break. But good work here. Gets the cross in. Anybody coming in on the back post? No, they've cleared it. But Sweden have retained possession on that right-hand side. Another cross, another clearance. Larson. Forsberg's 27 in October, says Inzaghi. So it is the player I'm thinking about. I'll tell you what, you can definitely see that Sweden will be parking the bus against Germany and South Korea as well. I don't see either of these teams causing Germany much of a problem. So Germany should be looking at 6 points. I'm good, Mr. Exclusive. How are you? I'm a little bit tired. I had a long day yesterday and didn't sleep particularly well. But I'm looking forward to these games today, especially the England one. Have a few beers. Got some snacks in. Looking forward to it. But still 5 minutes to go till half time. Needs a goal this game because I think it will force South Korea out a little bit more. South Korea on the attack. They've not really. I mean, they haven't had a chance in this game, South Korea, so far. There's the pass. Why? Oh, just acres of space for their number 10 there, and just didn't find him. Now he's got it. Nice little bit of a play. Could have been a penalty there. Ref says play on. Interesting to see that back. No, it's not a penalty. The Swede touches the ball first. It's on Son. Yeah, he gets the ball first. Not a penalty for me. Mick says, boo England. Oh, you know, I've got lots of people who do the United Stand who I know and respect, who don't want England to win tonight. You know, it's up to them, innit? Is Berg? Oh, is that? I don't know whether that was Berg again. Nice little ball to the back post. Controls it. One-on-one, tight angle, knocks it wide. But I don't think it was Berg. If it was, he needs subbing. Anyway, they're on a break here. Oh, no. He's not having a penalty for that either. I think again he got the ball, but the tackle was a little bit reckless. That's a penalty for me. That's a penalty for me. Player first. Oh no, he does get the ball. He gets the ball, but the tackle's just a bit of a scissor tackle. So it's one of them, innit? It is Berg again who misses this chance. Interesting comments. Some people saying it's not a penalty because he got the ball. Some people are saying it is a penalty. It doesn't matter. What I will say as the devil's advocate is it doesn't matter if you get the ball if the tackle is reckless. You know, I could get the ball and punch someone in the face as I do it. It's not getting the ball is not the be all and end all. So it could well be that that could have been a penalty. It would have been a little bit harsh, I'll admit it would have been a bit harsh, but no penalty didn't. Griezmann got a penalty for less, says Jozzy now. Garrett says not a penalty at all. Look, if you think it was a penalty, if you think it wasn't a penalty, I can see both sides of the argument. I'm not going to get drawn in, but just because you get the ball doesn't mean it's not a foul. That's all I'm going to say. HRR legend, no, it's not. We're not showing the game. We're not showing any commentary. We're just all talking about the game. It's not illegal. South Korea's keeper looks 15, says Charlie Collins. Phil Mitchell's got a feeling it's going to be 0-0. Remember, you can vote on your result. Click the eye in the top right-hand corner. Vote Sweden, South Korea or draw. We're very close to half-time. Mikey says, how old is the Swedish number 4? He looks about 50. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're doing every single World Cup game as a watch along. We got Belgium-Panama coming up at 4 o'clock after this, UK time. And then the big one tonight, England versus Belgium. We're going to be live a little bit earlier tonight for that, from 6:30. Bit of build-up. I've got the beers in the fridge. Obviously, I'll have my England top on. Which England top do you want me to wear? Do you want me to wear my 1990, my 2002, or my 2004? I'm thinking 2002. If I can find it. I can't remember where it is. Downularity, not happy with the referee. Sweden should be ahead in this game, I would say. They've had the better chances, but I'd just be a little bit worried because it's a bit like Peru, isn't it? Better team, but they still lost. Decent cross. Over the bar. Is that Berg again? No. That was a good cross, and I think he did quite well with the header. 17 that was. Nice little cross that. Gets up well. Wants a corner. Should have been a corner. It is a corner. Larson with this cross. Keeper flaps at it. Doesn't quite hold it. Wide to Larson again. Will he try and put it in first time? He does. Throw in. Clayson with the header. Right before half-time this, Sweden with a long throw. Keeper comes and catches it. I don't think this keeper's very big, but he can certainly jump. Hey W. Zhao, who does look about 15, I agree. And that's half-time. Says John Chris. So half-time, 0-0 in this game. And Sweden will feel a little bit hard done by, but Berg should learn how to finish. That's what I would say. And 0-0 at half-time then. So no joy for Sweden. Good keeper, says Jack Lundmark. Wear the 1990 top, says Nikosi and Callum Roberts. They need Larson, says Mr. Exclusive. Yeah, they should get him off punditry duties. Garrett says Korea are going to win this game. Sweden could be setting themselves up for that, to be fair, because yeah, they've been the better team, but also it only takes one chance for Korea while they're in the game. Aiden says it's a good game. Glad I woke up. Sweden have had chances and it could haunt them, says Salim Hussein. Sweden are stronger, but they need to finish, says CB the third. And that's a running theme. That is a bit of a running theme through this tournament, because we've seen it with Sweden not finishing chances. We've seen it Nigeria, not anybody to finish chances. We saw it with Egypt without Salah, not anybody decent in the final third. We've seen it with Croatia and we've seen it with Serbia. Not really clinical in the final third. And that is what could hurt teams, because you've got to take your chances. You've got to take your chances. Which team will go further, Mexico or Iceland, says Kavan. I think Mexico at the moment. What hairspray does the Korean keeper use, says Jazzy now. Answer on a postcard for that. Let's have a quick look at what people are voting in the game so far. It's dropped for Sweden. We've got 59% saying Sweden are going to win. It was up over 70%. South Korea 14% and 25% now saying a draw. Remember, you can vote. Click the eye in the top right hand corner of this video and you can vote for the final result. Will it be Sweden, South Korea or a draw? So get on that. Please do share the video underneath. Share it. And if you are new, subscribe. We're getting very close to 36,000 subscribers. Remember, we're doing every World Cup game as a watch along. So if you are watching World Cup games this next 3 or 4 weeks, you want a bit of company, you want a bit of interaction, you want a bit of banter, live comments is open. We'll be live for every single game, so get involved with it. I'm not doing every game. Xander's doing some of them, but I was there watching the live comments, watching the game for the Mexico game yesterday. And what I would say is, when Xander does games, it's he seems to be getting the best games. He had Spain versus Portugal. He had Germany-Spain yesterday. He had the France-Australia game. Always seems to get the high-tension games. I was yawning throughout the half. Hopefully England will wake me up later, says Ben Johnson. I'm very interested in Lukaku later. I think Panama are going to be the whipping boys, and I think Belgium could win that by 4, 5, 6 goals. So Lukaku, Ronaldo's there with his hat-trick in one game as the Golden Boot contender, but Lukaku with Panama, Tunisia and even England, he could come out of this group with 6 or 7 goals, which is well on the way to winning a Golden Boot. Yes, I do need to turn the timer off, you're right. Thanks for that. Son's playing, yes. Cavani's number 7. He's looked okay, but as I said in the first half, I don't think Germany are going to have much problems getting out of this group. Because I think Germany will be able to turn these two teams over, because all they're going to do is sit back. Christopher White says Lukaku to score 2 or 3 goals. When are the Champions League groups being announced, says Sean Hartigan? I don't know, mate. Don't they normally have some qualifiers for it anyway? CB the third says Belgium should have an easy day, but you never know. Well, if we've got any Americans, let us know about Panama, because none of us have got a clue. DJ says they're going to park the bus. Forsberg's been terrible, says Fellaini's third leg. Paul's in a demon. Sorry, Rob Hellfire says, talk to me about your beard. I wouldn't call it a beard. It's just I've not shaved. I really believe they can win it, especially if Hazard is in good form, says Garrett. I just don't think they can, because their referee's crap. Sorry, their manager's crap. Darren Sweetman's going to go 8-0 to Belgium, 4 or 5 for Lukaku. I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but it could happen. It could happen. I'll be getting some sleep tonight, Phil. I'm going to have a few beers, watch the England game, and then take a few calls, and I'm going to be in bed by 10 o'clock because I've been very busy over the last few days, and this is only the start of the World Cup. So you're right, I do need to get some rest. Tyler Morgul says, wow, for some reason I didn't think Sweden were in this World Cup. Poor first half, says Peter Moran. I hope Manchester United have a hard Champions League group so we can be tested, says Pankaj. Panama have scored 1 goal in the last 7 games, says Andrew Knops. I mean, Noobs, how did they get there? HRR Legends, I've subscribed to you for supporting England in the World Cup, and do you have your second channel? I have my own channel, which is Goldbridge Livestream, where I've done a FIFA Predicts this morning for England versus Tunisia. So Goldbridge Livestream. And if you're interested in Manchester United, I do the United Stand as well. Good luck, England, says Tyler. Panama are not that bad. I watched them against Australia, says Alois Nagari. South Korea are really going to struggle in this group, says Rugby. If Sweden learn to take their chances, they could beat South Korea and maybe even Mexico. I think you're right there. I think it's a good point from Rugby. Sweden have got to get this game won, and then their big game is going to be Mexico. But imagine Sweden win this. They then get a draw out of Germany. Germany could go out. So it's interesting, isn't it? It's very interesting how this tournament may well develop. Just a little bit of a... I know it's a new week and we've spoken about it at the weekend, but just a little bit of a guide as to what's happening. So Belgium, Panama at 4 o'clock. And then the big one, England, Tunisia at 7 p.m. Can't wait for that. We are taking your calls after the England game today. We'll be doing this for the England games. At full time, we're going to open up the calls on Skype and we'll take some of your calls. So looking forward to that. We'll stay live for about half an hour to an hour after the game, depending on the result. Russia, Egypt tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I think that's going to be a very interesting game in Group A because Egypt lost, Russia won. So if Russia can get a point, Egypt I think will be going home and Russia will go through from that group with Uruguay. You would expect 1 o'clock tomorrow. Really looking forward to this one. Colombia take a bow against Japan, and Poland, Senegal at 4 o'clock. They are the last group, Group H, and I think that's going to be a very interesting group as well. And then on Wednesday we're going through the second group game. So you've got Uruguay against Saudi Arabia at 4 o'clock. Portugal will play Morocco at 1 o'clock, which is Ronaldo. Fancy him for a couple of goals in that. Iran versus Spain, 7 p.m. You'd think Spain should get a few goals in that one as well. Costa maybe fancying that golden boot. Thursday, we've got Denmark, Australia at 1 o'clock. Australia need to get a result in that because if Denmark win, they're pretty much through with 6 points. France versus Peru at 4 o'clock. Peru need to beat France, otherwise they're going to be going home. Argentina, Croatia at 7 o'clock. Argentina need something out of that. Croatia won. Argentina drew their first game. On to Friday, Nigeria, Iceland at 4 o'clock. Big game that is. Nigeria needs something or they're going home. Brazil, Costa Rica at 1 o'clock. Brazil needs something. And Serbia, Switzerland at 7 o'clock. Big game for Serbia. Win that and they're looking good for top of the group. And then into Saturday, South Korea, Mexico. Big game in the context of this group. We're watching South Korea now. Mexico win that. They're through. And that game I was on about, 7 o'clock on Saturday night, Germany, Sweden. If Sweden win this and they can get a point against Germany on Saturday night, it's looking good for Sweden and very bad for Germany. Belgium play Tunisia on Saturday at 1 o'clock. And then on Sunday, you've got England versus Panama at 1 o'clock. Should be some goals in that. Japan, Senegal at 4 o'clock. And Poland, Colombia at 7 o'clock. And then a week today, we're into the final stages of the groups where teams are playing each other at the same time. So big week ahead. Big week ahead. And literally a big week of 7 days of football. The second group games will be kicking off soon. Still got some first timers. England tonight and then Group H tomorrow. But really looking forward to it. So keep tuning in. Every single World Cup game, we're live with a watch along. So get involved in the live comments. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and join the party. We've asked everyone where they're watching from, all around the world. People are watching it on their telly, but they've got the watch along on as well, interacting, enjoying this World Cup festival. What we don't want in this game is we don't want a 0-0. We don't want a 0-0. We resist 0-0 in World Cup 2018. Get out and sit down. We want a goal. I think there will be a goal in the second half. And then tonight, England. Yes, I'll be wearing my England top. I am English. I want England to win. I will be supporting England. My expectations are low. They're probably a bit like Manchester United for next season at the moment. I want them to win. I support them, but my expectations aren't massively high. But with England, I think they've got to get out of the group, and I'm looking forward to the game. But my expectations are not massively, massively high. Just Sheldon says, we haven't had a 0-0 so far. We sure are glad Man United didn't get Tierney from us, says CB the third. Why would Egypt keeper deny man of the match awards, says Tyler Morgie. Who got the man of the match in that game? I don't know. I don't know who got it. Second half is about to kick off. Interesting, just having a quick look there, that Darmian and Juventus apparently have got a meeting on Wednesday for to resolve his transfer. I need to get that done. Right, Forsberg, terrible, says 300. And Lindelof's injured. Well, he's ill, Nicholas Myers. He's on the bench. He's not well, so that's what's happened to him. Let's go. Second half, about to go. Let's see what happens, everyone. Get the timer ready. Well, we want to see a goal. That's what we want to see in this game. We definitely want to see a goal. Have Sweden left the door ajar a little bit? For the South Koreans, still 0-0. Lovely, lovely weather in Russia. Come on, ref, get it going. But if Sweden have got any aspirations of getting out of this group, they need to go and win this game. It's we've kicked off. Second half's kicked off. Let me get the timer going for you. And South Korea will just still be looking to hit on the break, catch them on the break, and see what happens with that. So a lot of people are saying in the live comments. Australia literally have to win 2 games in a row against Peru and Denmark. Any chance, says Tyler? Well, Peru have got to beat France. So I think that's an interesting group. HRR Legend says Sweden are going to win this 2-0. Going with a bit of an Iceland tactic here. They've got to throw in. They're just going to launch it into the box. Try and get the first ball straight to the keeper. What embarrassing. Dylan Stallings, how's this game going to end? I think Sweden will get over the line. I don't know whether they'll get 2 goals. I still think my prediction of 1-1 could happen. Sweden get in the front and then sit back a bit. But Sweden are definitely the team that's pushing forward. Against Texas says it's a shame because I wanted to see Lindelof playing. You'll definitely see Lindelof playing against Germany and Mexico, which will probably be better games to judge him on. He's not going to do a lot of defending in a game like this, so he's not well. That's why he's not playing. So I wouldn't be too worried about not seeing Lindelof. It's a bit disappointment, but we'll definitely see him later on in the tournament against Germany and Mexico because they'll need him in those games when they will be doing a lot of defending. They're not doing much defending in this game, so it's not a bad game if he's going to miss any. South Korea might have a break here. Sweden on the break. We've got 3 back. Use it, use it. Forsberg comes onto his right foot. Over the bar. Not having a good game, Forsberg, is he? Edge of the box, onto his right foot. Time and space to shoot. Puts it over the bar. Good opportunity, that. So second half continuing much like the first, where Sweden's lack of conviction, I suppose, in the final third is costing them a little bit. And South Korea seem to be looking just to get that one on the break. Mad Marcus says, could it be the first 0-0? Terrible shot, says Carmichael from Forsberg. Poor game, says One United. South Korea don't look very good, do they? 300 says that Forsberg is massively overrated. Maybe that's why no one's got him. Peter Moran, will you shut up talking about the timer? Marcus, put Peter Moran on a warning. He keeps going on about the timer, and there's nothing wrong with our timer. It is absolutely correct. What's probably happening is that YouTube will delay a stream. God knows what you are, but I'm watching it second for second. My timer is exactly what is on the telly. What YouTube decide to do with this stream and how much of a delay they put into it, I'm sure you know. So you've been warned now. Stop talking about the timer. Free kick here, Larson. I don't know. I don't think he's going to pick up a yellow card. But he's really hurt. He's really hurt him. He's down. He's hurt. Larson, what did he do? Oh, he trod on his... trod on the back of his knee. Accidental. I think. It's going to sting a bit. Oh, side netting. Cross came in. GC coup. Heads it into the side netting. He was quite far out when he got it, but there we go. Close for Korea, says Jean-Chris. It was. Keeper was beaten if that goes in, and that's the danger for. That's the danger for Sweden, is that they could get caught napping at the back on the break. Close chance that. .53 minutes gone. Sweden needs to be a little bit careful. Mikey says he'd like to see a goal against the run of play. We need a goal, says Pankaj. I am supporting Sweden, United. Nothing against South Korea. If they win it, fair play. But I am supporting Sweden. I've always liked Sweden. Xander is doing the Belgium game. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. A few tasty tackles going in this game. Oh, yes. But we need a goal. We need a goal in this game. That's what we do need. We do need a goal. We're getting close to 36,000 subscribers, says Mad Marcus. So please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Also share the video. That's the only way we're going to get newbies involved. So please do share the video. Get involved. Where's my live chat? Free kick here for Sweden. It's a good opportunity. This is where Sweden need to really do something because Larsson's going to put it into the box. They've got the height and it's a good save and it's straight at the keeper again. And Sweden will start to think this is not their day. The curler in from Larsson, the header straight at goal, straight at the keeper, and they get it clear again. Anywhere else, a bit like that Berg shot that he should have scored, and that's 1-0. And Sweden will be thinking, oh, it's just not our day. It's not good goalkeeping. It's just poor finishing, or bad luck really with that header. And South Korea will start to think this could be a smash and grab for us. I'd like to see that chance again, Rogvi. To be honest, I think he headed it quite well. Just straight at the keeper. It's gonna Garrett's there again. This is gonna bite Sweden in the backside. We are 38 subscribers short of 36,000. So if you haven't shared the video and you are on Twitter and Facebook, please do it. The header was good. He gets across, he flicks it at goal, and it's just straight at the keeper, who's got his angles right, to be fair, because they're not heading at an open goal. They're heading at an angled goal. So where the keeper's positioned himself in a good finish, in a good position, to be fair. Let me just do that. Career keeper equals Karius. This is Pankaj. The pressure is on, says Snaps. Here we go, Sweden with one of them launching throw-in crosses in, but they don't win the first ball again. And South Korea will clear. That rhymes. Rajesh says the Koreans look lazy. Raheem says, I appreciate what you're doing on this channel. Keep up the good work, especially what you've done for us fans. Well, we can't do it without your lot, so thanks everybody who's getting involved in it. It's been enjoyable so far, this World Cup, and we've got all 3 games covered for you today. So, as I said before, don't be worrying about notifications on YouTube. Who knows what's going on with those at the moment? So many channels aren't, even if you're subscribed, YouTube won't necessarily send you a notification. So, all I'd say is for the next 3 or 4 weeks, if you want on That's Football, every World Cup game we're going to be live. So if you're watching World Cup games, just get on YouTube and type in That's Football. We'll be live. Don't wait for a notification. It won't happen. And the same with if you're a United fan and you found us because of the United stand. Every morning at 7 AM, we've got our Transfer Daily going out. And if there's any breaking news, we'll go live as well. So just check the channels. That's what I say. Nikosi says Mark looks bored as well. I'm not bored. Corner here for South Korea. Nothing comes of the corner. Oh, country boy. Another corner for South Korea. I'll tell you what, that's football, isn't it? That's the name of the channel, but that is the way football works. If you don't take your chances, they can come back and punish you. But Sweden trying to get away on a break here. South Korea have still retained it, and they've not got a free kick. I thought they had. So, half an hour to go, 0-0. Forsberg, edge of the box, pull the trigger, pull the bloody trigger. Lots of late tackles flying in as well. I think there's going to be a yellow card here. Neither team looks good, says Xander. When Guidetti comes on, the game will be a lot faster. Trusty. Inzaghi, I think Inzaghi is Swedish. He said he was at the start. I'm quite surprised that they haven't started with Guidetti, because Berg's been a little bit disappointing, I think. But what do I know? Sweden on the attack again. Berg. Forsberg. Get that in. Again, refusing the shot. Even I'm getting frustrated. I'm not even Swedish. He's got it on his right foot in the box. Another foul. No, another penalty claimed by Sweden, but that one did look like he got the ball. And South Korea on the break. The game is starting to get stretched now, because for anybody who thinks it's been a bit boring, maybe you're right, but it is starting to stretch now because Sweden know they've got to win. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, we're going VAR. How does this... Somebody explain to me how VAR works. Because can they... The referee wasn't going to give the VAR. So is it the bench who can request the VAR? Do they get a couple... I don't know how VAR works. John Chris, what an idiot this ref is. Penalty review. Looked like a penalty, says Matthew McFadden. Well, we've only seen it the first time. I don't know. No, he gets the ball. I thought he got the ball. Mjit says it's definitely a penalty. Penalty given. I don't think it was a penalty. But how can... Ryan, I thought that. I thought if the referee wasn't sure, they go back. But the game had played on for ages and then he went back. I think he gets the ball. It's the same as the one in the first half. So if the first half's a penalty then. No, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Larson, yeah, it is a penalty. I thought he'd got a clip on the ball. The first two angles they showed were crap, to be fair. That is a Stonewall penalty. Player gets the penalty. It's a good decision. It's a good decision. No touch on the ball, says Midget. The replay I saw, it looked like he got it. So So, is the ancient player for Sweden, number 4, Augustinsson, sorry, Granqvist, who's the captain, he will take this. And taps it in, 1-0 to Sweden. You could say it's been a bit fortuitous, you could say it's get out of the jail for Sweden, but the reality is that they should have taken chances. It was a penalty. And I'm still not overly joyed by VAR. I've got to be honest with you. I've just tweeted it actually. I prefer the injustice. I prefer the debate. I don't like the way it's taken away. But what I don't understand there is the referee played on for a long time. It was almost as if somebody told him to do the VAR. So how can that be, people? You know as much as me. Good penalty. Sends the keeper the wrong way. But the referee played on for a long time then, a long time, and then he pulled it back. Who was it? Gronqvist is the one who scored it, the captain, number 4. Arsenal's going to buy the Swedish number 4. I'll tell you what, good luck to them. He looks very slow, Gronqvist, but the VAR ref tells them that it's a pen, and he looks. No, but what happened is that tackle happened. He said play on, and we played on for about 10 seconds, and then he blew and did go and review it. So who told him to do that? It doesn't. That's the thing that doesn't make sense, and that's the thing. If I was a South Korean, I would be like, well, he didn't go straight to VAR. He initially thought it wasn't a penalty, and then 10 seconds later he says it is. So has to be someone in his ear, says Carmichael. That's what I thought, and I didn't know that was the case. I'm still a bit confused as to how VAR worked. I thought it was just the referee. If he had any doubt, he would check it. But he played on for a long time, and then he stopped mid-play about 10 seconds later, as if somebody told him to do it. That's what I'm getting at. It wasn't like it came from him. Not consistent, says Xander. Andrew Dawson says he gets a shout in his ear if he needs to look at it. I like what Tam Trainer said. I think that what they should do is they should give a challenge or two to every manager. Having said that, what if you had 4 things go against you in the game and you only get 2 challenges? It's inconsistent then, isn't it? Jacob says, I think the rule is if the VAR operator sees a clear error, then they go to the VAR. Mad Marcus says VAR is right again. It was right, but what do you all think about it? I think it just takes away what we all love about football. Played on to prevent the tempo. Well done. Ian, that's right. The 5th official in the VAR room has 15 seconds to inform the ref to review an incident. Thanks, Ian. That's what we was waiting for. Just something like that will do. Well, the Swedes are having a party. Corner for Sweden here. Keeper needs to get up and catch that. Punches it. Probably a bit too high for him. Yeah, it is interesting. There's a good point there from Wira619 who says, if that's the case with the VAR thing, why didn't they go back for a couple of the ones that Argentina should have had? Because they should have had a penalty. Which is a fair point. I think they probably look upstairs at it and it's deemed no penalty because the ref has to agree it's worth a look. He has the ultimate decision either way, says Jay Coulter. Well, yeah, I suppose they don't want to be found to be wrong. $18 minutes. Big 3 points for Sweden if they can get this, though. Let's not beat about the Kate Bush there. It's a very, very big win if they can get it. Germany's group as well. Germany won't be happy. This would leave Mexico on 3 points and Germany on 0 points and Sweden on 3 points. And I believe Germany plays Sweden next. So if Sweden were able to get a point, it'd be very interesting. Keep subscribing to the channel if you're new. We're getting very close to 36,000 subscribers. In fact, we're only 15 away. Remember, we're covering every single World Cup game as a watch-along. So if you are in that World Cup spirit like all of us lot are, become part of the That's Football Ultras, and we're building a great community. So get involved. Every single World Cup game, get yourself onto YouTube, get yourself on That's Football, get the game on, get your live comments on and interact. This is on ITV in the UK, this match. I think BBC have got the next 2 games, which is Belgium and Panama at 4 o'clock, and then the big one, England versus Tunisia. So we've enjoyed the watch-along so far. We've covered every single game, but I think you'll see a very different watch-along from me tonight, which is England-Tunisia. Obviously, I am English, so I will be supporting them. So there'll be a little bit more passion, I suppose. Certainly a little bit more critical comments about players, and a little bit more reaction when things go our way or don't go our way. So yeah, I am looking forward to it. People are saying, are you looking forward to it? I've really enjoyed this World Cup as a lover of football. It's been great. I can just enjoy enjoy the event, enjoy the games. Tonight's a bit different because it won't just be about that. It will be more about supporting England and wanting them to do well. So it might not be as enjoyable. Rugby's seriously excited for the England game tonight, and Germany will not make it out of the group. They lack pace, says Garrett. Germany to wallop Sweden 4-2. If not, Sweden battling 3-3, says Wyra619. Lindelof will be back for that game. I think it's on Saturday, isn't it? Fellainio 7. I agree with you. England can't win a World Cup with Henderson in the midfield. No, it's got to be Eric Dyer, but he's playing Henderson. Mini Diver says he's expecting a big win for Belgium. Yep, don't forget, we have got a live stream at 4 o'clock. I think it's already up and running, actually. We've got a live stream at 4 o'clock for Belgium versus Panama. Xander's doing that one. I predict a lot of goals. So, yeah, there should be a lot of goals in that. Troll, I did read Lukaku's Tribune, yeah. A lot of people are jumping on it saying how great it is, and it is a great story. I can't say it made me go close to tears. There's a lot of people who've lived in poverty throughout their lives and done well because of it, and that's the great thing about it, really. It just shows it can be done. But there's some people I've seen on social media, they're acting like he's the only person in the world to have done that. I mean, what he's done and what he's achieved, it's a fantastic story from Lukaku. But I liked Lukaku anyway. I think he is what he is, and he's worked very hard for his career. The funny things about Lukaku that make me laugh is if you watch him at under 16 or under 17 level, he looks as if he's 30. The kids are tiny and he's massive. So he had a very big advantage on everybody else in relation to his size and that. But I think he's got a great chance of winning the Golden Boot. I do. I think if Belgium can score a few tonight, I think Tunisia are going to be... Let's see how good Tunisia are. I think Lukaku can come out of that group with 6 or 7 goals. I really do. Pankaj says Tunisia are crap. Anthony says Mexico will finish first. Well, can Mexico raise their game against South Korea and Sweden? They did it against Germany. Can they continue that against South Korea and Sweden? South Korea are trying to get a goal here with Son. I think South Korea are going to be going home. They don't really look that good. Liam T would love to see Son at United. I think he's quality. An injury here to Larson. Been a lot of tasty tackles in this game. I don't think we could deny that. Swedes are very happy anyway. Massive game for them against Germany now. Sets it up really nicely. Mexico on 3 points. Sweden on 3 points, both with 1-0 wins. Germany have 0 points, and they're going to have to win their next 2, which puts a little bit of pressure on Germany now. If this game had finished the draw, which is what I predicted, it would have left it a little bit interesting. But no, we won't be seeing a draw. Let's have a quick look at the polls. 56% went for Sweden to win. 26% went for a draw, 16% went with South Korea. So 56% of you were right. Remember, we are doing polls now on the watch-alongs as well as we develop the shows throughout the World Cup. Top right-hand corner, you can cast your votes. Has anybody stood out to you as man of the match today? Because I think it's difficult. I think it's really difficult. It would definitely be a Swedish player, but I don't think anyone's really stood out. I'm having a bad run, Pankaj, with my predictions, actually. CB the third, what team do I support? Well, I'm English, so I support England. And live streaming, your message lasted all of 2 seconds. And club football, I support Manchester United. I've got a Manchester United channel, the United Stand. You're more than welcome to get over there and have a look at some of that. Swedish number 4, says Seth. Well, he scored the goal, didn't he? I think he looked a bit slow, but, you know, fair play. Nike Fatres Nicholas says that Son has got military service coming up at 30 if he doesn't win any medals for Korea. Sounds interesting. Still 10 minutes to go in this game. South Korea pushing a little bit now. I think South Korea should have pushed a little bit more. I think they've been disappointing. Downullarity says Grangfist, who is the number 4 for Sweden. So another corner coming up for South Korea here. Sally Devil Red 7 wants to see Mexico through. I want to see Mexico go a long way in this tournament, Sally. I'd love to see them win it. I think that might be a little bit too far. We're 7 subscribers away from 36,000. So if you haven't subscribed, bottom right hand corner, please do subscribe to the channel. If you have subscribed, please share it. Just click the share button underneath and share it on Twitter and Facebook. I'm sure that'll pull in a few new viewers and maybe they'll subscribe and we'll surpass it. But we are doing every single World Cup game as a watch along. So get involved. Panama, Belgium coming up at 4 o'clock with Xander. And then the big one tonight, we'll be live from about 6:30. Kickoff is 7 o'clock. The beers are in the fridge. The snacks are ready in the cupboard. I've got a bit of a dilemma for the next few hours. Do I go England 1990 top or England 2002 top? I've got to think about it. But Mad Marcus is going to join me as well. We're going to be taking your calls at full time about the game. So big game tonight. So make sure if you are free, you watch Belgium versus Panama and then England versus Belgium tonight at 7 o'clock. Can't wait. Big game. Hopefully we'll have surely England-Tunisia will be our biggest watched game yet. Of interest to you, I think. I may be corrected if I'm wrong here. Damien Gasson's given man of the match to the Swedish fans. I'm going to go with that as well. Mexico-Colombia would be my dream final, says Chris Windle. I'll have some of that. And Paul's Inner Demon says I want Mexico and Sweden to go through. I would love it, Paul, if Brazil, Germany, Argentina and Spain all went out. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I'd love it because whoever wins it then is going to be something new, isn't it? What was I going to say? So, yes, our biggest viewed watch along so far, I think, still stands as Serbia-Costa Rica, which was 1,300. Who'd have predicted that? We've seen all the big teams, Spain, Brazil, Argentina, and the biggest viewed game so far is Serbia versus Costa Rica, which was yesterday lunchtime. We had 1,300 people watching. So I'm hoping England-Tunisia tonight might break that record, but we'll see. Mad Marcus says go 2002. I think I am going to go 2002, but I've got to go and find it. My Italia 91's there. But my Italia 91 isn't an original because it's not got Umbro on it. It's a score draw one, like a replica. But I have my 2002 one is a proper tagged up Umbro one. A2A3 says I can't wait for England Belgium. I think England Belgium might be a bit of a bad game. You know what? I think you're right. I think we might have gone past 1,300 last night for Brazil. I think we did. But in relation to World Cups, that's the record anyway. I think England-Belgium might be a boring game because if you think about it, if England and Belgium both beat Tunisia and Panama, they don't play each other until game 3. They both have 6 points. Tunisia and Panama will have none. So they'll both already be through. All they'll be playing for is who they're going to play in the next round. And the group they play in the next round is Poland, Colombia, Senegal or Japan. So it's not like you can avoid Germany or something like that. I mean, say it's Colombia and Poland who go through. Well, what's the better opposition to play, really? It's so I can see that game being a little bit of a dead rubber game, but we'll see. England have got to win first. Of course, if either of them drop points, it becomes interesting. If Tunisia can get a draw against England or Belgium, you'd fancy them to beat Panama. That's 4 points for them, isn't it? So it becomes interesting. Rogvi says that England and Belgium will play for a draw. Apparently we've hit 36,000 subscribers. I haven't on my screen, but Innswer says, are you underestimating Tunisia? Not at all. Not at all. I'm not underestimating them at all. I don't know what to expect from them. I've actually been quite complimentary to them because they're not from the Asian sector qualification. They're from the African sector. So they've come through the same area as Egypt, as Nigeria, as Senegal. They've come through the same sector where teams like Ivory Coast haven't qualified, South Africa haven't qualified, Ghana haven't qualified. So Tunisia have got to have something about them, haven't they? They've got to have something about them because they're coming from a relatively competitive area. So I'd expect them to be... They're not going to be like Saudi Arabia, surely. But If you want to get a little bit more into the mood for that, by the way, go to the Goldbridge live stream channel after this. I did England versus Tunisia FIFA Predicts this morning. It's only about a 20-minute video. And I picked exactly the England team and exactly the formation that we're going to play tonight. And it's worth a watch. See what the score was. Played it on World Class, so... Lindelof will be back for Germany, which will be a massive game for Sweden. The next game is massive. If Sweden get a point against Germany, Germany are in big trouble, and Sweden have got a great chance of going through. Imagine that. Imagine that, right? Sweden draw with Germany, which gives Sweden 4 points, Germany 1 point. Mexico beat South Korea. That gives Mexico 6 points. Final game, Sweden-Mexico. They play out a draw. Germany are out. I still think Germany will come through though, but that's going to be a very interesting game. Matthew McFadden says, can we get 50,000 subscribers by the end of the tournament? We could. People just got to keep spreading the word, sharing the videos, keep watching the videos. I mean, I'm very happy that we've had, on average, about 600 people watching for a 1 o'clock on a Monday, Sweden versus South Korea. It just shows the amount of interest there is in this World Cup, and it's fantastic, the amount of people who get involved in it. So... really, really great. We're building a really good community and I hope everyone's enjoying it. And we're right at the start of this tournament, so just keep getting involved. And remember, I'm really looking forward to watching Belgium this afternoon. Xander's doing that one. And then you can join me at about 6:30 for the build-up for the England versus Tunisia game, where it's going to be a good show. And remember, tonight, after the game, we're doing a Skype show where you can Skype in and have your say on it. So lots and lots to get involved with. And I think that's going to be probably our biggest game of the tournament so far. Samuel Roos says there's a penalty in every game. I mean, VAR was right. VAR was right. It was right. It was a penalty. I just don't like it. I always say, football's been around for years and years and years. Why fix something that's not broken? Why are they always looking to improve something? It's like I get surrounded by this in a lot of jobs I've been in, where somebody becomes the boss and their legacy, instead of just doing their job well, their legacy is to create something new that then their name's on that project. And FIFA feel like that to me. They're always trying to create something new, and there's nothing wrong with the game of football. And I just think that, I know it's Sweden, South Korea, but imagine this game was Manchester United, Liverpool. And instead of going to work tomorrow saying, oh, Liverpool, that was a definite penalty. That was a definite penalty on Firmino by Lindelof. Definitely a penalty. And they got away with it. And it creates a debate on a Monday morning then. But in this scenario, there's no debate. It's a penalty. Some people will be happy with that because you're getting the right decision. I just think anything that takes away from fans' debate is not a good thing for football. That's my opinion, but there you go. Silent Fusion says VAR is giving too many penalties. Those mistakes were part of the game, says Xander. Sweden deserved a goal, though, says Midget. Look, I'm glad Sweden won. I've got my yellow top. I'm going to wear this every time Sweden play now. But I'm glad Sweden won because South Korea didn't show anything like enough quality or ambition in this game. Maybe because they haven't got that quality, I don't know, but they haven't shown enough. Sweden have had the better chances, so I'm glad that they've got the result. And it sets this, yet again, some people will say this has been one of the worst games of the tournament, but results-wise, it's brilliant because it puts pressure onto Germany now, and it means that Germany-Sweden becomes a massive game. Germany have to win it. Sweden can sort of play well organised and try and not necessarily... I think Sweden are going to struggle to score goals anyway, but as Switzerland showed against Brazil, the results are great. Oh, although we're talking about a win, and South Korea just had a chance there. Header from the penalty spot, just wide. I don't know whether it's gone for a corner, actually. No, it's not. I think he should score there. Free header, headed back towards him on the penalty box. Free header. Got the momentum and the power, and his direction's crap. He should have scored that. Chris Windle, what an interesting group this is now. Yeah. Very interesting. I'll tell you what game I'm looking forward to, though. Colombia-Japan tomorrow. And Colombia are the last team that I'm really looking forward to that we haven't seen yet. And we don't know what to expect from them. Like Mexico, I wanted them to do well and they delivered. Colombia, I want them to do well. I don't know how good they are. So I'm really looking forward to that game. 1 o'clock tomorrow. Egypt-Russia tomorrow night is going to be interesting. If Egypt don't win that, bye-bye. Aaron Chen says there's a conspiracy where the previous champions always get knocked out in the group stages. What do you think? Did Italy get knocked out in 2010? I think Spain got knocked out in 2014, didn't they? So, Chris Windle, I think Mexico will beat South Korea, so they're through. Yeah, definitely. If Mexico don't beat South Korea, I'll be stunned. So that'll be 6 points. That'll put them through. Well, you say that. It doesn't definitely put them through, does it? Yes, it does, yeah. There's no way for... Oh, no, yeah, Germany and Sweden could still get 6 points, so... Yeah. It's unlikely, though. Japan, I hope Japan do well against Colombia, because that's one thing that has sort of disappeared since 2002, is the Asian teams. Obviously, it was an Asian World Cup. They have disappointed a bit. Honda will score for Japan, says Edwin Castro. I'm all right, Marcus, says Tiernan. When is the next game, says Michael Hubbard. About an hour's time, we'll be live. Belgium versus Panama. The live stream's already open if you go to the homepage and you want to be chatting away for the next hour. Live stream's already open for that. Belgium versus Panama. And I'm going to open the England live stream as soon as this finishes. And when I say I'm opening it, it means the live chat's open. We're not actually live yet, but the live chat's open. So Belgium versus Panama, live in an hour, but the live chat is open. Link, just go to the homepage for that. And I'm going to open up the England one as well. So you can all start building up to that. I know there'll be a lot of interest in that as well. Christopher White says Japan can't even beat Australia, so they won't beat Colombia. And yeah, I'm not expecting Japan to be that good, to be honest. I think that group is going to be Poland and Colombia. Although I did predict, I did say Senegal. So, but again with Senegal, we just don't know how good they're going to be. Senegal, Poland, 4 o'clock tomorrow, very big game. Thanks everyone for watching. Anyway, South Korea aren't very happy with themselves. They look devastated. I don't know why. They had some decent chances, but Sweden had the better chances. Balance of play, Sweden deserved to win. South Korea should have done a little bit more. I think South Korea, like Saudi Arabia, are going to be going home after 3 games unless they pull something amazing out of the bag against Germany and Mexico, which I don't think they can. So, good result for Sweden. South Korea, not good enough. And... yeah, very pleased for Sweden to win that. They did deserve it. Thanks everybody for watching. We are live again in an hour's time for Belgium versus Panama. Belgium making their bow in the tournament. How many goals will they get against Panama? I'm predicting a lot of goals. Join us live for that in an hour's time. And the big one tonight, 6:30, will be live. England versus Tunisia. Make sure you join us for that. I'm going to go and dig out my England top now. Beers are in the fridge, snacks are ready. We're going to be taking your calls at full time tonight as well. Really excited about that one. Thanks everyone who's joined in on this. The momentum's building with these World Cup watch-alongs and we're building a great community. So thanks everyone, and I'll speak to you in a bit.